cipher? Hey, yo, what is a cipher?
What's a straw? What's called a cipher?
What?
Yo.
What?
It's called the cipher.
All we do is spark madness. All we do is spark madness. All we do is spark madness. All we do is spark. The episode starts when I walk down the block and reach in my pocket. Yo, is my knot? It follows me into the spot. Compelling. Go check the trend. Yes, he's on selling. Open at the gate, I'm a potential felon. Intimate spelling, and I ain't even telling. Channel 1, 2, smashing the law. Channel 3, I make a run to the store. Channel 4, in the store with the Philly, cause I spark the ism off the channel line.
Wake up in the morning with the yearning for which loosens up the nouns, metaphors and verbs. In adjective, painting magic kid what I'm kicking. Multi-flavored bags and sacks for the picking. Listen to the ism as it talks non-stop. Hawaiian when I'm rhyming, but so is the chocolate.
Time.
Now the highs start to settle. Kick fat lyrics that rock like heavy metal.
Me coming on the dance with the percent C. When I speak, pick up Matt, Hello in my league, like John Lennon. I'm ITMing, I start printing, syllables start
Bending.
Silence untangible, like a wild animal. Check the label as it goes round.
It's on capital.
That's what I'm smacking the wit with an easy, like Lionel Richie. Your whole style,
Bitchy, switch me, mix me.
somebody get me. Don't let me rip out my clothes like Bill. Ripping the microphone till I'm motherfucking 60. Smoking the Indo by the window.
Wake up in the morning with the yearning for herb. I need a hit, got one in the clip. That's my word. Start my day off with the hay while I pray. Token on the most high, I'm in survey. Peace on earth, maybe one day, but the weed will make it easy like every morning Sunday. I'm spitting nouns and verbs, about pounds of herb. Anything you want, my nigga, you get served. Let there be light. God said it's good. I'm puffing on a tree of knowledge wrapped up in the wood. When it comes, all we do is spark madness. Oh, we yo Brooklyn, where you at? All we do is yo BX, where you at? Yo Queens, where you at? Yo, who got the weed? Yo, who got the weed? I said, who got the weed? It's Hakim Green, aka Kareem Akbar. Peace to the gods, salam Allahu Akbar. I'm not a pop star, more like your pop star. Niggas try to hustle right next to the cop car. KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane raised us. If Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One raised you, put a hand in the air. That's right. My name is Hakim Green. Channel live and direct. BDP all day, every day.
Hold on. I was on the phone with Redman before I came here.
Ooh.
You know why? Because we doing big things in Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Mayor Ross J. Baraka. Shout out to Mayor Ross J. Baraka.
The dopest man in the world, bro. In the whole country, that's the dopest mayor in the USA. Ross Baraka, Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. Jersey, make some noise.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's like, come on, look at me, looking at Hakim Green. This my man. Just such a great guy. I'm so sorry to use you as an example, Hakim Green. I just looked at your face. But this motherfucker represented for the cannabis culture. All I do is smoke, man. There's no way Hakim Green should ever, anything to ever come in his life.
Right.
And him have to go to his family.
Right.
That's not his family.
Right.
He dedicated his life to this family.
Peace everybody, this is Bree Buhari. I'm representing Gamphace Entertainment, better known as GPE, bringing you media and entertainment. We're here for the culture. I'm sitting down today with Hakim Green, a pioneer in the hip hop game, dedicating himself to the cause for the people.
Yeah, always.
Happy to be here and I'm honored to be here with you.
Thank you.
We have a chance to sit down and chop it up for a second, so we're just gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
So, the first question I have for you, just so the people can understand the cause and the person behind it, what sparked, no pun intended, what sparked Madizm as a cause?
Oh, Madizm as a cause?
Yeah.
KRS-One saying, Hakim, you messing around, I don't know what you're doing. There's all this cannabis, this cannabis movement is taking off, and Madizm should be dead set in the middle of it, and what are you doing? So I went, started a company, started the magazine, and that set me on my way. Of course, this classic
legendary hip-hop song Madizm
Right.
by myself, my partner Tuffy, Channel Live, featuring KRSONE. Of course, that's the real spark.
Right.
But, you know, understanding what that song means to the cannabis community, cannabis culture, it only makes sense that, you know, we drive the Madizm ship. So,
Right.
you know, we
Right.
created that.
And you seem to really champion, of course, the decriminalization of cannabis.
That's right.
And from what I've researched and what I've learned, you had a personal experience with the legal system and with cannabis.
All right, bunch of experiences.
There was one significant one in New York
Yeah.
where you may have walked in with something a little funky in your pocket.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
It's loud.
Okay, can you cover that for us?
Yeah, so a friend of mine, Wutang, legendary Wutang producer, True Master, was going through a very serious trial.
Okay.
And I went to go, you know, give my support, and I had some Madizm on me.
Okay.
And I was in New York, you know, I'm like, I can't hide it, I can't, you know, I didn't drive. I'm like, okay, well, you know, it's in a little plastic container, maybe I can get away with this. Let me see what happens. So I put it in my cargo pants, I go through the, you know, the metal detector, it's plastic, I do.
The bravery.
Set it off. Dun, 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 dun. So they, you know, they pull me to the side, search me, find the herb, handcuff me, take me upstairs, you know, give me a summons to come back to court for a court hearing to see the judge. But I go back for my hearing. Of course, you know, I'm, you know, a Gamphace, growing Pharms member,
Right.
and I have a status because of my relationship with them, a federal status that allows me to transport, carry, and all the other things that comes along with these privileges I have. Right? It's not really, well, I guess it's my right. So anyway, I put my status on the record when I went for my trial date, and the clerk laughed at me and said, whoever told me that lied to me, that law was revoked. Revoked? So you mean there was a law? Of course there's still a law, but he couldn't tell me that, so he told me it was revoked. And then he gave me a document stating that they had insufficient evidence to prosecute this case, that I was free to go without having a court hearing, court date, so forth and so on. They basically threw it out. And if you look on YouTube, I videotaped that experience and put it up. So, you know, Hakim goes to court, beats weed charge, Gamphace. You can go find that and you'll see my experience. And it was really just He goes, come on, man, you got any contraband on you now? You got any weed on you now? What you got on you? You got anything in your pocket I need to be worried about? So I started laughing. It's not laughing mad, I'm serious. What's wrong with you? So I claim the benefit of the 1970 Controlled Substance Act, Section 885, burden of liability. I'm a registered member of a privately owned organization registered under the federal government under this law. It removes us from a suspected class of criminal activity. Thanks to Gamphace, yes. He looked at me, he goes, that law's been revoked. I don't know where you get your information, buddy, but I suggest you get a job. You're lucky this time, I'm throwing this out. But you should do something with your life. And as you see right here, Criminal Court of the City of New York, County of New York, summons 431-583-0574. Hakim Green A. As of the above referenced date, the NYPD has failed to file a legally acceptable accusatory instrument with this court. There is no need for you to return to court on the summons number referenced above. Woo. No plea, no plea. Just put on record who I am and what I belong to, and the window opens up. Thank you, Gamphace. All we do is spark Madizm. November 2nd, 2015. I went to court today to answer to a summons that was given to me back in July 7/14/15 on a possession of marijuana charge. I was going to see my friend True Master, who was in court for some unrelated business. I was going to his hearing, and I had weed at about 3.5 grams on my person as I was going to the Manhattan District Court on Center Street, and they found the weed. I was arrested, taken upstairs, and booked in given a summons to return to court today. And I went to the court clerk to schedule my hearing. I was scheduled for September 3rd, but he told me if I wanted to go to my hearing, he would reschedule it for 2 o'clock today. He told me I was an idiot for having weed on my person. I was stupid. And what was I thinking? He was like, you know, do I need to have somebody come search you now if I had anything on my person at that moment? I mean, any weed on my person at that moment? So we started going in. I said, well, just for the record, I claim the benefit of the 1970 Controlled Substance Act, Section 885, Burden of Proof and Liabilities, which states, it shall not be necessary for the United States to negative any exemption or exception set forth in this subchapter in any complaint, information, indictment, or other pleading, or in any trial, hearing, or other proceeding under this subchapter, and the burden of going forward with the evidence with respect to any such exemption or exception shall be upon the person claiming its benefit. When I said that to him, he said, you're out of your mind, that law has been revoked, you need to stay away from Fort Washington. But today's your lucky day, I'm dismissing this. And he gave me a notice that says, you can see it right here, that's the initial ticket summons. And this is what I got today after I made him understand who I was in relationship to this law. It says, as of the above reference date, the NYPD has failed to file a legally acceptable accusatory instrument with this court. There is no need for you to return to court on the summons number referenced above. Retain this notice for your records. Following the example of Robert H. Moore Jr., the founder of Gamphace. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yeah, so it's all good. Big shout out to Rob, no doubt. He put me on to what the law states, and once I got in accordance with the law, life has been much easier for me.
Amazing. Yeah. That's awesome. That's an awesome story and an awesome outcome, obviously. Mm-hmm. So it seems like that instance really moved a conversation within hip hop, which of course created a movement. So you can say that Madizm kind of doesn't exist without him, or is that true or no?
I mean, Madizm is a lot of weed. Mad means a lot, ism means pot. So
okay.
It's what Madizm we're talking about.
Okay.
So without
that's the
this,
origin of the word.
Mad means a lot, ism means pot. We gonna keep it moving, we won't ever stop. Mary Jane, reefer, weed, ganja, cannabis, sativa, terms for marijuana, smoked by the earliest man with no drama, smoked by the lawyers and judges, yes, your honor, smoked by the Hindus and ancient Dalai Lamas, smoked by the Pope and early church fathers. That's KRS on What is Madizm? You can cop that off the What is Madizm? Madizm Who Want This Smoke album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to move into Madizm the Cipher.
Yeah.
Let's get the rundown on Madizm the Cipher. We're here in Delaware. Mm-hmm. You were just up in New York, and you're shooting around doing music videos. Mm-hmm. KRS-One is here doing a lecture. It's Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. Happy Juneteenth, by the way, brother.
Juneteenth, no doubt.
Okay, so you're here working. What is Madizm
Happy
the Cipher?
Juneteenth, red, black, and green all day.
Word up.
Mm-hmm.
So explain the cipher to me.
Okay, the cipher is a circle with all points connected, where you get your bookie off and the weak and disrespected. Mm-hmm. The cipher is so sacred, takes place on hollow ground. B-boys seek the battle on a mission to follow sound. So the cipher is, essentially a connection of individuals sharing a creative experience, sharing an herbal experience, sharing a we get into a cipher and we either break dance, we rap, we do various things, mm-hmm. Exhibiting our prowess at whatever that thing is. And of course, for all my Madizm smokers, you know what the cipher's about, right? All right, so yeah.
All right. So, you being in that situation mm-hmm. in New York, that changed how hemp, cannabis, how you relate to it just in general, and how you see it. Mm-hmm. A lot of people kind of demonize cannabis. I can't say kind of, people demonize cannabis. Mm-hmm. I think that even people that use it kind of still feel that guilt and that shame. So mm-hmm. you know how it affected you on an individual level and the benefits that it's had. I'm pro-cannabis as well. Mm-hmm. So I understand where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. What do you think that the decriminalization of cannabis is going to do for the hip-hop industry in particular?
All right, I think it's going to allow us to move more freely. Mm-hmm. It's going to allow us to
do business more freely. It's going to enable us to contract with each other more freely. It's going to open up a door. And we already in the culture in terms of cannabis.
Right.
Whether you partake or don't partake, whether you're in it because your relatives, your family members, your loved ones, they're in it. So we're all in it. So we should figure out ways of using this thing for our own benefit, not just to get high with, but industrial usages, medicinal usages of it. There's all types of angles that align with this business, from marketing, promotions to accounting, money management, banking. Like there's so many industries and new industries being created because cannabis is going the way it's going, that you don't have to be a smoker to be a part of the industry. And I think that more of our people should be a part of the industry, not from a smoker's standpoint, but from a manufacturer, a producer's, a grower, a distribution standpoint. Like really the power in the industry, we need to find our place and soul control it. And that's what growing Pharms Gamphace does, is gives us a tool to really just be ourselves and feel good about being ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I think attaching some more ethics and economics to cannabis and seeing it as an actual resource, like we do other things that we grow out the ground, like food. It would,
like grass,
it wouldn't be
like grass, like
exactly. People
grass.
would demonize it,
Yeah.
and they would treat it in a more economical way. And we are large consumers of it, and we should learn the different ways that we can use it. So I think that that's profound.
Yes.
So the last thing that I want to get into is the most important thing. You're working on an 80s scratch Boombap project.
Aubrey.
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 Get into it.
Which is my middle name.
Put it on the table. Let us know what's going on.
So my middle name is Aubrey, Hakim,
Okay.
Aubrey Green. People who know me as the little boy from East Orange, New Jersey, trying to make his way, little yellow boy, Hakim, Aubrey Green. So folks close to me call me Aubrey, and then there's a few people in my family who I was named after an Aubrey, and then there's a few Aubreys named after me. So I figured I named the project Aubrey, but it's a dedication to 70s and 80s hip hop, primarily 80s hip hop. So the sounds, themes, lots of scratching, lots of break beats, samples, concepts, and just trying to bring that, I don't want to say original essence, that original feel to it, that original energy. It's not to say that what's going down now doesn't have its place and shouldn't be respected and celebrated. But at the same time, every tree is a tree because it has roots. So we want to honor those roots. And that's what this project does.
That's awesome.
Got CeeLo Green on it, got Carl Thomas on it, KRSONE of
Hey!
course, Malik Youssef from the Shy, down with good music, and hopefully some other surprises in this project.
With you being who you are, it must mean so much to you to be working on something like that at this juncture in your career.
Yeah.
I think it's critical to the hip hop community. I think it's critical to the cannabis community, and just the word in general, for us to be constantly reminded of the true taste, the essence, and the roots of hip hop. So we appreciate you remaining present, and like I said, always delivering and offering up yourself to the community. Thank you for sitting down and talking to me, my brother.
My pleasure. Thank you, Queen.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. Yes. Aubrey coming soon, but don't forget about Madizm, Who Want This Smoke, which is available right now, featuring KRS-One, General Steele, Carl Thomas, again, Tretch, Do It All, Keith Murray, Thurston Howell III, Weedem Zoes. It's an entire project dedicated to the Madizm. So yeah, support that.
That's right.
Big shout out to Gameface Growing Pharms. Yeah.
Revolttv, Hakim Green, GPE, we're here for the culture. Peace.